Hi, my name is Jonathan, and this is Looking Up. I've been thinking about how in life sometimes I get focused on the little things and forget the big picture. And sometimes I'll think about the big picture and I'll let the little things go. If you know what I mean by that, like you'll start working on a project and you'll forget your family, or you'll start focusing on community service and things like that, and you'll forget to sleep or remember that you have a family that also needs your presence and attention, that kind of thing. And it's hard sometimes to blend those two together. And I don't know about you, but when those things get off balance, life gets kind of messed up. But for some reason, King David, before he was ever a king, when he was still just a young man, learned how to do that. We hear this in his challenge to Goliath when he says, I'm going to defeat you, that the entire world's going to know there's a God in Israel. But then he says something else. He said, and that this assembly, which are the two armies, the Philistine and the Israelite armies, will know that God doesn't save with spear and sword. And God doesn't. God uses his own strength, his own ways, which are much higher than ours, to do things and get things done. And David realizes this. And he says, in effect, I know the world, which is the big picture, is going to know God because of what's done here today, that he's here in Israel. But the whole assembly, the army, is going to see things God's way now too, that their ways don't always work and God's always does. He saw the little picture, he saw the big picture, and he also moved confidently in between them. And one of the other things that he told to Goliath was this, that I'm going to take the Philistine army carcasses and feed them. They're going to be fed to the birds of the air and the beasts of the field. That I'm going to rampage the whole army. And Goliath wasn't expecting this from a little guy. But the thing is, the challenge Goliath made was, you fight me 1-to-1, and we'll serve you if you win. And if you lose, then you'll serve us. But David said, that's not the rules I'm playing by. I'm going to engage you, Goliath. And after I beat you, I'm going to get your whole army. And then you'll see that God doesn't save with his sword and his spear, because if you looked at David, he didn't have one. He just had God and a sling. And he defeated the whole army that day. That's cool. That's exciting to me, because I know that I don't have to have everything I need, just what God supplies. And he'll take care of the rest, because he sees the big picture and he sees the little picture. All I got to do is focus on him and do what I can do to the best of my ability, and let him be famous through what I do, giving him the glory. I challenge you to do the same today, to look for God in the situation and not look at the smaller side or the bigger side without consulting and knowing that God is on your side when you strive to please him and make him famous. Do that today. And then you'll know there's a lot more to be seen when you're looking up.